Operation status quo. Operation status quo. Prepare to engage. Operation status quo. Ready to engage. Operation status quo. Engaged. Engaged. Cha la 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 la. Cha la 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 la. Cha la 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 la. La 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 la. Yeah, how we doing out there, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Operation Status Quo. I was out for my walk this morning, and I just started doing that. Cha la la la. That's like how my life is. That's the kind of stuff that pops into my head all the time. Remember that show that was the banana splits or whatever? One banana, two banana, three banana. What a fun song. Matter of fact, I think. Was it the Butthole Surfers? One of those bands did a remake of that. There was an album that had come out back in the 90s that was all the old cartoon theme songs. And I don't forget if the Butthole Surfers did that one or if they did Underdog. I think the Butthole Surfers did Underdog. I forgot who did the Tra-La-La. Cha-La-La. Somebody did it, though. Anyway, hello. I am Pete Palma. I am your user-friendly host right here on Operation Status Quo. I'm broadcasting live from the comfy confines of my very own home here in beautiful Florida. And it is quite beautiful down here in Florida. It's warmed up nicely. I've been doing my dipsy doodles in the pool, but I put my dipsy doodle in the pool on hold so I can come here and do a show for you guys first. Then I'll go for my dipsy doodle in the pool. But I hope it's beautiful wherever you are and you're doing what you love to do in life, because that's what we do and talk about here on Operation Status Quo. The whole point of Operation Status Quo is what? Well, because Operation Status Quo is the place where we observe the status quo of life. We learn to flow with the status quo of life, and most importantly, we create our own flow of quo, because that's the only way to go. And if you're not living your flow of quo, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, I say it. You're living someone else's flow, and that's a no-no. We don't do that on Operation Status Quo. No. You gotta live your own flow, yo. That's the only way to go. Hey-o. All right. You know, this show today is going to be, well, first of all, today is the 2nd of April in the good year 2025, and today's program is entitled A New Crusade. Yes, I have a new crusade. It's like in a funny way, but first, before I get to that, you know, it's like today's like a random kind. Well, first of all, you guys know that the show's always kind of random in a way, right? It's just the live stream of consciousness, as I say. These are channeled messages, whatever comes through. But I had so much I wanted to share today. I just want to kind of like, you know, talk to everybody. So first and foremost, I got to show you my new toy. You guys know. First of all, you know, I got if you haven't seen it, I got the bell, right? It's the bell when I do my, you know, I got this little guy. See this guy? It's like a little old toy, and it makes that noise, right? You know, I got my whistle. You guys know my whistle. I got my whistle. I got my, not one, but two harmonicas, you know. All right, so we got that. Of course, we got the horn, which you saw already. I haven't used this guy in a little while, but this is a little newer. I usually use this and this when I want to cleanse the space. Maybe I should do that before I continue. Is a little just sha-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. We must cleanse the energy. We must cleanse the space so all can be what it's meant to be. All right, so we got that, and you know, I got a laser pointer too, but I never want to use it because I'm afraid I don't want to point it at the camera. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm afraid it'll blow up. You can see the little light there, though. All right, I use that for the cat. But, ladies and gentlemen, a brand new, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to use this all the time. It's a little big, but look at this. A friend of mine was clearing out, I guess, a place that he was working on. And to make a long story short, and he came across a snare drum. Can you believe it that we have this here on Operation Status Quo? Operation Status Quo. Yes, I am silly and don't mind embarrassing myself in any capacity whatsoever. I can keep it down here. Tell me if that's not annoying or not. Yeah. Sometimes I say to myself, how could it possibly be that this show is not successful? All right. Let me get into that. Today is such a big day too because it's Liberation Day. If you don't know out there, Trump's supposed to impose all these tariffs or not. So Liberation Day, we're about to be free. We're going to pay more for everything. We're about to be free. Yeah. I know. Oh! There's the mad crowd. Don't get upset, you guys. I know nobody likes Trump out there. Just take it easy. I know. Please. All right. When I get to the end of the show today, I'm going to go. I got two things I want to talk about at the end. I do have to do a toast to Drost update, especially since today is Liberation Day, and Mark has been going crazy on his Facebook as usual. Guys, I'm not going to get into it deeply, make whole things out of it like I do, but it's just so funny. And the reason I love to point it out so much is because he is just such. He epitomizes what an example would be of people doing everything the wrong way with the current situation that we're in with the world and everything, and that's why I like to point it out. So you can just go look him up, Mark Drost. That's Drost on Facebook. He is all his posts are public, and he's happy to share. And anytime anybody comments on his post or tries to have a conversation with him, he goes off and tells them that they're assholes and curses at them and everything else. And this is like a guy that is a yoga. He's supposed to be a yogi. It's just the funniest thing to me. So, but we'll do a little toast to Drost update at the end. I also want to do an update on the album and everything that's coming along. So. We'll do that as well. But first, as I said, today's program is entitled A New Crusade. And I got it. It's really a twofold topic. The thing is kind of funny in a way because I was talking in the last show when I was talking about, just different things of people being intrusive on each other in a sense, just because of the way our system is set up, right? I really realize it, and because I want to say it always in a way of, it's very easy for people to point fingers at one another and say, oh, this person's a jerk, or that person's a jerk, or these people did that, and blah, 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 blah. And, and I think like the big picture that we lose sight of sometimes is that it's not the people per se. Yeah, do people participate? Could people stand against certain things or decide not to follow certain protocols, rules, or ways of societal influences? Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, we are one, human consciousness, as it were. So, in the grand scheme of things, it's going to play out in the facets it plays out. I've just come to realize over time of talking about the things I talk about and the way I view the world, I really never want to put anything back on an individual being a jerk. Sometimes I'll see somebody act jerky, act entitled, act these different ways, and I still don't want to be like against that individual, right? Because I look at it as well, that individual is choosing to, vibrate with that frequency because they feel whatever they feel not empowered in a sense. That's how I look at it. For people to be more narcissistic or try to have power over others, I feel generally there's a lot of fear in those type of people, which, we should have compassion for in a sense. And a lot of times it comes out as being a person being a jerk or something, but we think of it as the person being a jerk because we're taking it personally in a way ourselves because it doesn't align with like what our heart is trying to say. You understand what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say we all need to like give space and take pressure off each other. But in general, there is a lot of oppression in a sense in simple ways, just stuff you have to deal with like the cable company or, like I was talking about the HOA and I was talking about the people at the pool and they have to come out and tell everybody you can't use a floaty or you can't throw a ball or whatever. And like I say, those people aren't bad people. They're just enforcing rules because the system itself, it pits us all against each other just on the way it's set up. It's not built for a general level of compassion. It's built for, cover the bases, make sure you don't get sued, right? So anyway, my new crusade, I said a new crusade because I decided that I'm going to become a superhero, ladies and gentlemen. If I'm not already, I may be like a superhero in the realm of what we're doing here, but I'm going to be another superhero. I am going to be, ladies and gentlemen, if I could, matter of fact, let me do it like this. I'm going to be a new superhero, and that superhero is F you, man. Yes, F you, man. Because every time I go somewhere and I see somebody do something to somebody, I'm going to step in and go, F you, man. It's like, I think I'd be a great superhero. FU man. And FU man just flies in wherever somebody is like being oppressed or being told they have to follow some stupid rule that don't mean anything. And I fly in, I go, FU man. No way. We're not following that stupid rule. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So let me know what you think. If you guys want to support FU man, maybe we can work together. We can get a costume made up. I can start walking the streets. Anybody out there who wants to maybe film me, I'll get I'll put the FU man like on the chest, and I'll walk around and I'll just look for people being jerky to one another. When I see somebody doing something, like somebody tells somebody a rule, oh, you can't stand here, or you can't, I don't know, you can't open an umbrella over there. I don't know, some stupid shit like that people do all the time. And I'll just step in and go, FU man, I'm putting a float in that pool. Oh my gosh, it's too much. All right, so piggybacking on that was kind of like just I don't know. I think of all these random things that are not necessarily humorous, but humorous to me, which is good. But I noticed, and speaking of this in a sense too, because this led me into this as well. I think of things in the way I do, and I say things in the way I do, and I try to think of, my goal is always to give people space to feel that they can do whatever they want to do. But like, who am I to say what anybody should do? I don't think I have no say, or again, because I always say nothing's right or wrong, nothing's good or bad. It doesn't have to be some grand thing, but whatever it is in your life, you have to just always be living true to you. Sometimes I feel when I talk about the things I'm doing and such, I get like this pushback of like people. I just noticed through I had a text conversation with someone recently, and I can tell like I was just saying a couple things about, you could do whatever you want to do in your life or whatever. And then right away, it's like, well, I am doing what I want to do. And I'm thinking, like, do people get mad at me for trying to say, like, why am I an asshole? For just trying to say, go do what you want to do, right? It's like, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not saying what's right. I'm not saying to do what I do. Please, for God's sake, please don't do what I do. Do you see what's going on? That's the wrong applause. Don't do what I do. Don't you see what's going on here? I know. Don't do what I do. It's not funny. You guys do this all the time to me. It's not funny. It's not. Okay, so, yeah, and I was going to, I made this is like a while ago, I made these notes, so I was just thinking about it, but, I do notice that people will kind of take it out, not take it out, but like they look at me as being a jerk because I'm saying stop following the system and don't follow the rules. Like, I don't mean it like to be like cause anarchy or say everybody's stupid. I'm just saying it in the sense of like, you see what's going on. We don't agree with it. We don't like it. So why not make change? Why not empower yourself? It doesn't have to be some little by little make changes so we all can make a world that we want to live in together in a more harmonious way instead of all the, look at the division. the stuff with the politics is just off the charts that people are even so vehemently opposed to one another in these aspects. It just always kind of blows my mind when they don't give a F about you, either side. That's why I always say, I'm not picking any sides. Like, just to mention about Mark again, like, he gets mad at me a lot when I joke with him and try to say things, because he thinks I'm all supporting Trump. And it's like, yeah, like, like I said a million times, I don't support anybody. It's like, yeah, Trump, I like him, kind of. He's funny, I guess, but I don't think of him as like really being a leader and running anything. It's a whole bigger thing going on. Like, I understand how people focus on this surface level stuff all the time. That's what really gets me agitated. I think that's why people get mad at me, I guess. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, why do people think I'm a jerk? Why am I an asshole for telling you to go be your best self? And just like I said, people are mad because they're not doing what they want. Like, you're not doing what you want to do in your life, and like, I'm going to judge how I'm trying to come across and just try to tell people, go do what you want to do. It's like, I'm not, what the frig do I know? So let me see what else I mentioned for myself so I can see. Let's see here. I gotta stop talking and read. Oh yeah, I get a little punchy in the way I say things sometimes, especially when I text messages to myself. Don't try to bring others down because you're too scared to be open to your true self. And whatever that is, if you're, nothing's right. You can go be, I don't care, it doesn't matter what you are, whether you're some famous artist, or you're an astronaut, or you're a plumber, or a roofer, or a seamstress. It doesn't really matter. Whatever it is that you do, it's all about living true to your heart and following, your soul purpose. That's the part to recognize. It really has nothing to do with the outside parameters, because if you follow what your heart leads you towards, then the universe will always put you in the space where you're meant to be. It's not about being a celebrity or doing anything super great. You don't have to, like, build a new bridge somewhere. I don't know. It's just like being true to you is what it's all about. So what else did I mention here? If some people are in the place to be enveloped in the worldly weight, it doesn't mean others shouldn't be allowed to freely float. See, this is so funny. I sit at night and I just get these like ideas. I start typing them to myself and then I forget exactly what I said, but that sounds nice. I like that. If some people are in the place to be enveloped in the worldly weight, it doesn't mean others should not be allowed to freely float. So why won't you let me float? Let me float. Where am I? Float. I want to float. Hold on, I want to get over here to some of these. What do we got over here? I haven't used these in a while. Woo-hoo! Yeah, baby. Let me freely float. But it's true. Like get out of here, you crazy crow. And you too, get out of here. But I do talk about that in a sense of it's funny, right? Because like what really brings people down in a sense is the fear of others sometimes. Because if anyone, no matter what you do in life, if you believe in you and you're living and you're doing, then you're never going to let someone else or another factor pull you away from the essence of what you're bringing forward. I think a lot of times the fear that we feel towards how we're going to be received or perceived, by people we may have known all our life, or even new communities. If we're like, the stuff I'm doing with the music and such, trying to build, new community, you put yourself out there. But if I was worried about being embarrassed or ashamed, nothing would get done. So just do what I do, and that's what every person should do. You should do what you do, and don't be, you shouldn't be mad at other people, is what I'm saying, for whatever holds you up from being what you want to do, right? Just saying, like, if you're anybody who's putting on to others, you have to realize that, well, if I'm looking out here and saying this is the cause of my dismay, then you're off the path right off the bat, right? You have to come back to center and find out. All right, let's see. Oh, see, and I just kind of said that here. Don't project and attack others. Go be what you want to do, whatever that is. Everything is equal. Everything is equal. I say this all the time. In its value. Yeah, everything is equal in its value to the whole. So go be that what is you. See what I'm saying? Everything is equal to the whole. You should live with no regrets. And I said that here too. I'm no better than anyone. I want to make that very clear. I barely even like myself. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't think I'm better than anybody. But none of us are any better than anyone else. And, my message is to really for you to be you with no regrets. And that's exactly right. Go be you with no regrets. And that's what FU Man is all about. FU Man, I'm going to be myself. You're not going to stop me from being myself. I'm FU Man. Here comes. Hold on. Oh, I should get the harmonica, too. I mean, you believe the level of you believe the level of entertainment, I should say, or lack thereof, that you get here on Operation Status Quo. It's music, it's singing, it's a little dancing in the chair. It's talking, it's saying nonsense. All right. Hey-o. All right. Hey, kids. How you doing? You guys having fun? You enjoying the show? All right. Get out of here, you little bastards. So that's basically what I have for all that. Let me do this quickly here. I'm not going to get into a big thing with the Toast to Drost, but I want to give a Toast to Drost update. But the bottom line with everything I just said, go be you. If you need FU Man, if somebody's giving you a hard time, you're feeling oppressed and some stupid rule is getting in your way, you give me a call and FU Man will fly in and say right to their face, FU Man. Let me go over here. I'm not going to go into a big thing, but Mark is real. So I just encourage you out there, if you're interested, Mark Drost on Facebook. You can look him up and you can go read all his posts for yourself. You don't have to, have me sit here and do all this stuff. But here we go. He just posted this 8 hours ago. He used the whole word F. I'm not going to say, but F. He goes, F you, Musk. Guess you couldn't buy that election, scum of the earth. It's like, Oh, thank you, Cory Booker, for speaking for 25 hours in the Senate to stop the fascists. Oh, go get him. Mark's a hero, by the way. If you don't know, Mark is a true American hero. He's living in Amsterdam now to save the country. He cares about America so much that he moved to Amsterdam. Just seems to kind of par for the course. You know, he took his business from somewhere else. Then he's mad at America, so he leaves the country. He's like one of those little babies that takes his ball and goes home, you know? But what was the one thing he said here? Let's see. I want to just. He did one thing some days ago. Oh, here we go. This because he's a poet. I don't know. He's very intellectual in his writing. You should read it. You should read it sometimes. He talking about Trump, of course. He knows jack shit. Says tough shit. We all know he's batshit. Time to ape shit. Then he says, time to ape shit? Like it's time for everybody to go ape shit. This is a guy who's supposed to be teaching yoga to people. I can't get over it. It's the funniest thing. I just can't get over it. Oh my gosh. What else we got here? Yeah. Mark Gross. It's every move is dog shit. Every word is bullshit. Its followers are all chicken shit. Oh, man. I commented on one of these posts. I don't remember which one. I said, Mark, you must be a real joy to have at parties, huh? Who doesn't want to indulge in your joyous nature? It's like so crazy. Oh, my gosh. I love it. So go look up Mark and, tell him I sent you and comment on his post, all right? Let's help Mark put a smile on his face. He's obviously very worked up. I can't wait to see what happens with the rest of today with Trump and everything and with the Liberation Day. Are you ready to be free? We're going to be free. Isn't that great? Yeah, we're going to be free. Just like they always say, we're always going to be free. Where's the freedom? You show me. We got to make it. That's what FU, man, is all about. We got to make our freedom. Stand up, do your thing, be kind, be peaceful, love your neighbor, work together, show compassion towards one another. It's real simple. And shut off the mainstream nonsense that's dragging you down, right? So I'm going to leave you with this real quick. The album coming out May 2nd, just to remind you, if you haven't checked out the website, is updated, pete.palma.com. Get over there. There's the link to my SoundCloud is on the website. You can go over there and hear the teaser tracks to all the songs of the album. About like 40 seconds of each song is up there right now. Again, the album's coming out May 2nd. I'm real excited about that. And I got some events coming up in May where I'll be out performing a little bit. So I'll talk about that more later as well. So, I love you guys out there. Seriously, we're all friends here. For whatever anybody thinks of what I'm doing, I really don't. I just love it. I love talking to you. This was fun today. I felt really fun. All right, so listen, if you haven't done so already, what the hell are you waiting for? Like, subscribe, share, send this out to your friends, your family, those you love, and of course, those you despise as well. As you very well know, I love each and every one of you out there individually as well as a group. God bless each and every one of you. And one last thing, don't forget to check out my Facebook, my Instagram. There's a lot of stuff I've been posting up on those spots too. So follow along. Again, check out the website, subscribe here. Let's build this community. I look forward to continued success with us as a people moving forward. So I really appreciate everything. I appreciate you, and that's for damn sure. So until next time, Operation Status Quo, disengaged.